And we're on. Welcome back to the Dad's Beer Club podcast. This week I'm joined by Grantham's answer to Ricky Hatton, I think.
How are you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, good, mate. You?
Yeah, good.
Long time. You are?
I was about to say, I even blowed up outside the fight camps as well, just like Ricky.
Yeah. Look, one of the things we always do on Dad's Beer Club is just make sure everybody's got a pint. So what are you drinking?
I've just gone for a trusty old Stella.
Stella. Gone hardcore. I'm still on the Coors Light. I literally can't get off it. I got off it once and I went on to Peroni and had a stinking headache the next day, and I was like, I'm not touching that
again. Yeah, I had that with Sambuca a few years ago.
Are you a big drinker, Scott, or not?
Not now, no. No, I used to be back in the day, for sure, but not so much now.
I think we all did back in the day.
Yeah, definitely.
So look, mate, let's dive straight back in. So one of the things we always do, we go back right to the beginning. Let's talk about growing up, what it was like for you. Was your dad around? What was your relationship like with your dad? And we'll take it from there.
Yeah, so obviously growing up, we brought up on Earsfield, as you know. You was opposite us, believe it or not. Funny enough, weren't you in the Masonette?
Well, but, I was 3 doors down first, and then we moved opposite, didn't we?
Then you moved opposite, yeah, but we were pretty much there or thereabouts, weren't you? But yeah. No, going back to my earliest days, my dad left us, I'd say I was about 5 or 6. And my only memories of my real dad is watching him play football and walking into the changing rooms and smelling the DP. Right. I don't know why, but you know yourself, you go into your changing room, you smell DP, and that's always stuck for me. That's all I can remember about him. But I was always under the influence. It was never good to my mum.
Okay.
So he left us when we were 6. He did his own thing, and so he leaves. I'm guessing this was about 92. I'd say I was about 6. So
yeah.
Then my mum remarries a bloke called Andrew.
Yeah.
Andrew Newcomb. That's where the name Newcomb comes from. So originally I'm an Harrison. Not many people know that, but it's Scott Harrison. My original name, changed that over by default. So when my dad left, do you know what I mean? He wasn't there for me. I didn't want no to do with him.
Yeah.
Mum remarried to Andrew Newcomb, and he's been my dad ever since. But again, they split up 6 or 7 years later. I think about 98 they split up.
Yeah.
But given that, go for that, mate.
Mom's going to text you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where was I? So yeah, Mum and Andrew split up around 98, and she got with a new bloke called Mick. But the best thing about them splitting up is he never stopped being there for me and my brother and sister. Yeah. He was always still a dad to us, and still is to this day. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And he never had to do that one little bit. So don't get me wrong, Mick and Mum, they've been together ever since.
Yeah.
Best part of 20 years or whatever. And he's been great, been good to have around. Again, always there for us, and yeah. So I've been fortunate in the sense that I've had 2 non-biological fathers step in and be a role for me. But regards to my real dad, funny enough, we buried him about 4 weeks ago, I believe it was. He died just before Christmas. He buried him about 4 weeks ago, and I didn't have to go because I owed him nothing. But I thought I'd just go there just to just close the door in case 3 or 4 years down the line I kind of think, I should have went, and just for my sake more than his sake. So went there, and to be honest, I had no emotions whatsoever. I could have been burying a stranger, but in my head, I did the right thing. And do you know what I mean? So,
did you have any involvement with him at all? I know, obviously, as a kid he'd left, but when you became a little older, was there any point where there was any contact or conversations or anything? Or
he took ill a year before he passed away, so we got told he's really bad. So we went across to the hospital to say bye with death wishes and all that. I thought, do you know what I mean? Go say bye and all that lot. So we went across, we said bye to him. He pulls through, and we had text message here or there. But when my firstborn was born in 2010, I inboxed him a message saying, look, Ollie's been born. This is his name. We're christening him on this date. You're more than welcome to come with Tiffany at the time, because she's sister through another mother. Like,
Yeah.
so you're more than welcome to come. And he never shown up. And from that day then, that's when it hit home for me that he was never my dad, and I couldn't think of leaving my boy and not being there for him.
Yeah.
And that's what it wasn't till he let me down on my son's christening I realised that, hang on a minute, what sort of bloke leaves a kid? And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Do you think that, because definitely for me, do you think if with him not being around and being so absent, that has impacted the way you father? And obviously you wanted, like you said a minute ago, you couldn't think of anything worse than leaving. But do you think that comes from being left yourself as a kid and having that feeling of him not being there and you not being wanted, sort of thing? Do you think that comes from that?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's got to come. The way I am with my boys now, I wouldn't say I'm overprotective, but I couldn't think of not being with them.
Yeah.
What sort of person, male or female, would leave a child? No. It's a life bond, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's you don't.
I mean, there's obviously some circumstances where it's probably unavoidable, right? But there's then sorry, I should point out what I mean by unavoidable is that the relationship breaks down, you split up, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
But then to not be in the life and make no effort to be around, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from there, and I appreciate some people, unfortunately, don't get the choice to see the kids, and they want to. I know a couple of lads that they're trying to see the kids, and listen, I feel for them. But if you've got a choice to be in that kid's life and you choose not to, you're very selfish, in my opinion. So, but that's there.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, go on.
No, I was going to say. So you're from I was going to say fairly big family, but from nowadays most people just have one. Like back in the day, there's brother and a sister, and then you said you had extended family or not? Did you have other brothers and sisters? Yeah.
So what I'm aware of. So going back to from my real dad, there's me. I'm the oldest, and I've got a brother Craig and a sister Stephanie. They're all from my mum's first marriage.
Yeah.
Then when mum remarried, we got a little brother called Asa. So they're all my immediate family. That's who I grew up with. They're my brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
And then when Trevor, my dad, moved across to Nottingham, and then he produced 3 more kids.
Okay.
3 girls: Tiffany, Chelsea, and Chloe. Which, to be fair, I don't know them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know their names, and so.
Yeah, a little bit like my dad. I think there's in total I've got 7 as well, similar to you. So
this is it.
So so I suppose what I was getting at, big family, brothers and sisters wise. Did you ever think growing up that you'd have a big family, or did you want kids? Did you not want to have kids?
Growing up, I only ever wanted 2. I never wanted a boy and a girl. That's all I ever wanted growing up. I didn't really think past that. But to get where I am today and the number of kids, I couldn't think of it any other way though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has its moments. It's stressful for sure, but I couldn't have it any other way.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So obviously growing up, couple of fellas in your mum's life. Obviously I know both of them, Mick and Newcomb, Andy. Both real good guys. I still speak to your mum and Mick whenever I see them out in town. So they're both really good people. When did you meet your current? Is it your wife? It's your wife now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, my wife. Yeah, Gemma. So I met Gemma in 2000, and I see her about town because obviously it's a small town, with faces on all that. But I met her in 2008 at the local pub, Jaro, down the road, like.
Okay.
And we kind of just hit it off from there. And then
how old are you at that point then?
At that point, I would have been 22.
Okay, so still a fairly young man.
Fairly young man, enjoying my weekends. Going up to Old Trafford quite regularly, away days. Do you know what I mean? A lot of food and drink was involved, and yourself, football days.
That's the only way you survive the estate, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of food and drink. A lot. So let me just backtrack a bit. Before I met Gemma, I used to work at a car wash at the age of 13. So I was independent with money, and from a young age, like you say, on the estate, there's not a lot to do when you're 13, 14. So I started drinking from a young age at weekends. Don't get me wrong, I was never addicted to drink, but I enjoy a drink. So with a drink comes the food. So I got myself out of shape, to say the least. But I look back on them days. I do not regret one of them days.
No,
they are. It's cliche, isn't it? Everyone says they're the best days of your life, and you regret it and all this, and they really are the best because you're carefree. You've got no worries. Do you know what I mean? And you really enjoy it at that time, don't you? So
yeah. And that's the thing. I never regret any. You know, I've done some stupid things in my life, but there's. I always say you don't regret them because they actually make you the person that you are. And if you can learn from anything that you do wrong, then the person you are in the future will only be better because of that.
Oh, 100%, 100%. So with me drinking weekends and living on the local estate, you like to have a little rumble, you have a little fight. Do you know what I mean? Every other weekend, you'd fight the local gangs, the local areas, so to speak. And then in 2000,
sorry, just cutting you off there. You used to knock because obviously I knew everyone that you knew because we grew up sort of together, but we did go separate ways.
Yes,
but we've always every time we see each other, we say hello and stuff. But
sure.
you used to roll with quite a lot of boys back in the day.
Yeah, quite a lot of boys, and we had quite a reputation, to say the least.
Yeah.
Lovable rogues, as I'd like to imagine.
I don't know if that's the word I heard.
well, that road actually see me get banned from driving at the age of 15.
Right.
For drink driving. No, I'm lying there. I got banned for driving then for being underage and no insurance. I got banned for drink driving again when I've got my full license. But between them two cases, they also did a stint in prison. I'm not sure if you knew about it, but no, we had a big fight in town, and I think 6 of us in total got prison for ABH and the fray. So, albeit I got 6 months sentence, then that gets just down to 3 months. So I did something like 6 weeks in prison, 6 weeks on tag.
How was
that? To be quite honest, the first week was absolutely sound because, like I said, this group has got sent down. I was paid up with one of the lads. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
For the first week, and then I got shipped out to an open prison up at Morelands. It's Doncaster.
Yeah.
So Max and Powder's on a Friday night. I was buzzing. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but you just take it all in your stride. But it's a bit surreal to talk about, if that makes sense. Because if you know me as a person, and which you do, and a lot of people do, I'm soft as grease. Do you know what I mean? It was a shock to everyone.
Yeah,
you know that happened, but I don't regret anything. Yes,
but I think from the outside looking in, this isn't just talking about you. This is just looking at the situation that was happening with all you lot. You could see that there was something that was going to happen where eventually, because you lot were fighting a lot, like weekends, going out in town
every weekend. Yeah,
and because there's I think at one point there was like 20 odd of you or something, and it only takes one person to get into trouble, and then everyone's getting involved, aren't they?
And it was over trivial stuff. It was anything and everything. We're not going to lie. Yeah. And you look back on it, you kind of think, yeah, we were a bit over the top, but you don't think when you're that age.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you just caught in a moment. You with the lad. You don't think of the consequences. You don't see it happening. We were fortunate that we didn't seriously hurt someone. We were very fortunate that it was only an affray in ABH. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I can look back on that and think, well, hang on a minute, that's a bit. But at the time, you're none the wiser.
No,
you just think you're having the crack with the lads, and that's that. Do you know what I mean?
But it's also the environment that we're brought up in there, because the Earthfield estate, it's one of the worst council estates in Europe. It's an absolute shithole, and you become my dad. One of the only things I remember about what my dad's ever said is I remember saying to him once, because I didn't see him until he was about 18, and I was like, my mum was like, well, if you want to go and see him, you can go and see him. you're big and ugly enough to make the decision yourself now. If you want to go and see him. So I did, and I went to see him a couple of times. And I used to say to him, why do you always keep getting in trouble? Like, why do you keep fighting in prison? And he said to me, when you swim with shit, you become shit, right?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that always stuck with me. And I think if you're brought up in an environment where nobody's working, everybody's getting into trouble, there's nothing else to do but drink and party.
Yeah, you can't.
It's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, you kind of given, not by the people around you, because they always had hope for you, but like you say, on the outside looking in, you've got no hope on that estate. No one wants to see you succeed. If anything goes wrong, you're already guilty even before you committed a crime. And in that sense, that's how the estate got the reputation.
Yeah.
But that was from the outside looking in. But from the inside looking out, all we had was your mates. Do you know what I mean? And them mates, it's cliche, but they weren't your mate. They were your brothers. Do you know what I mean? If one hurt, you all hurt, sort of speaking.
Well, you look created very much very much like the Mourinho. It's us versus the world kind of mentality, isn't it? That was pretty much what it was like.
Yeah. At the time, it was late night, early noise. Yeah. You know what I mean? So Tupac and Biggie was still rife at the minute. So that don't go on. This is in America, but as a young lad, that's the kind of, do you know what I mean? That's the unit you wanted to. You see it all in the news, and you don't know the difference. You think that's the way it's supposed to be. You're meant to be like this, aren't you? Nothing happens, nothing can tear you. But again, looking back on it, just yeah.
So obviously you meet Gemma. I think you said 2008.
2008,
and you're going out, loving life, enjoying life. 22.
Yeah. 20. I had a season ticket the year I met Gemma.
Yeah.
That's how much I was loving life. Gary times are good. Man United win the doubles, and there's, you know what I mean? Times are good.
Yeah. So okay. So obviously going into that relationship, she has 3 kids.
Yeah,
okay,
she has.
You're going into pretty much an instant family. Was there ever a moment there where you thought, I'm 22-year-old, I don't need this sort of thing?
I was 22 years old, and Gemma she would have been 18, and she had twins at age 4. She fell pregnant really early. So
she had twins at how old? At what age?
She fell pregnant at 14, and she had twins at the age of 15.
I thought you said 4. I was like,
no, 14. She fell pregnant at the age of 14, and she had she had first set of twins at 14. 15, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
At the time, I didn't really think about it, to be honest with you. I just fell for Gemma. I didn't really think about taking the responsibilities.
What comes with it?
Yeah, what come with it. Do you know what I mean? So, like I said, the twins were 4 when I first got Gemma, and Harry was a year and a half old.
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't get introduced straight away, and do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you have your honeymoon period, so to speak, with just me and Gemma, and then we introduced later on. But no, it's.
How did you adapt? How did you adapt to that?
What, to meeting the boys?
No, to becoming essentially a stepdad at 22. I guess what I'm saying is, did the wild side of it, did that help you slow down from what you was doing before?
It gave me a different focus, Then I got the boys into playing football, because I've always played football from a young age myself. Yeah. So the boys were 4, nearly 5. So, your weekends kind of turn into, or maybe not so much beer tonight, because, you know what I mean, take the kids to the park in the morning for a kickabout.
Yeah.
Then when they come of age, we got them into a football team. Do you know what I mean? So, as you know yourself, once you're in a football team, that's it. Saturday and Sunday mornings unless you're playing 11-side for your pub team, it's kind of chilled out the night before, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So when we're having a driving license and all, because like I mentioned, I got banned from driving in 2005, I think that was, maybe 6, for drink driving. Something I'm not proud of, but again, I can't change it because it's happened, and you know what I mean? They pulled me over, got the keys out, said, I'm not going to lie, here's my keys. Banged her eyes, do you know what I mean? I'm not even going to lie. I actually thanked him for pulling me over because I didn't hurt no one in the process. So got a slap in the wrist. Didn't fancy losing my license again, so I stopped drinking when I'm doing the runs for the football runs in the morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, the drink, it didn't stop. Don't get me wrong, it didn't stop.
Yeah.
But it got a lot less. So in my heyday, probably on a Monday, I would play darts, had a beer. On the Tuesday, it's women's darts. So yeah, I didn't do a lot on the Tuesday. Yeah, I didn't do a great. I caught an odd game here and there. Wednesday was pool night. Thursday, five-a-side on the AstroTurf. Then it was darts after the five-a-side on the AstroTurf, and then I think it was student night in the town down at Oak or some stuff like that on the Friday. Do you know what I mean? And then the Friday, then the Saturday. Then I never made work on the Monday ever. You can ask Quinny on that. Never on a Monday did I make work. But no, the drink gradually went down to 2 or 3 days a week. Yeah. No,
but there is almost like there's nothing else to do, because I remember myself when I lived in town, I would be out Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. There was like 1 day a week I didn't go out.
No, that's pretty much it. My one day was the Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? Because we had the local youth centre for sure, but when you're at an age, it's not cool to go to youth centre anymore, is it? No. It's not. And other than that, they even took the wall away for us that used to sit on outside the shop, didn't they? They even took that away. Do you know what I mean? So we couldn't even sit. We had to take deck chairs in the end.
But I think this is what it is with lads, and I was talking about this to a friend very recently, because one of the things I'm championing quite a lot recently is men's mental health and trying to get men talking. And then we were talking about, like, I know this is very stereotypical of what I'm going to say here. I don't really mean it to sound like this, but like, you know, women, like women will go meet their friends. They'll go for a coffee. They'll go to each other's house. They'll have a couple of glasses of wine. You know, they'll go do all sorts of stuff together or in groups. They'll go shopping, all that sort of stuff. Lads, we either go to the pub or we don't see each other, and it's as simple as that, isn't it?
It's that simple, yeah. The only time you really get to see lads now is a decent game of football. If big games on, if you go down there, you can't even go to the pub now and do it, can you?
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah. So obviously you mentioned your weight, Scott. What was you at your biggest?
19 stone.
Okay. But so a lot of people.
Bearing in mind, I'm only 5'8".
I was going to say, a lot of people look at that and think that's not actually that big, but yeah, you're only small, aren't you?
Yeah, that's 5'8". So yeah, I was a beer barrel, to say the least. But I was a happy beer barrel, I must admit. So, but yeah.
So, obviously, becoming stepdad to the boys, was there ever an issue with the real dad? Was he involved or not really?
I've been very fortunate with the twins dad, because he's not been involved. I think the whole time I've been with Gemma now, so what's that? 2008. This will be the 11th year. He's seen them once. He's made contact with them once. Do you know what I mean? So it's been easy on my behalf.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's no questions asked, and but yeah, wow, what an idiot. Do you know what I mean? There's no words that you can describe any other, because they're both good lads. They are good lads. They're big lads now. I know they've just turned 17 last week, the week before, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Tommy's gone out to bricklaying. Timmy's at college. Yeah. So, yeah, he's lost out on something special, though, to be honest with you.
Well, we were sort of talking about this earlier. I'm always amazed. And it's them that miss out. You know, the kids obviously miss out, but then obviously the boys have got you, who've been around since they were young as well. So that's great. But like we said before, I don't know how if you're in the town and there's no reason why you can't see them, why you wouldn't. Makes no sense.
No, it's baffling. It really is baffling. It's kind of I don't know if they think it makes their life easier not seeing them with a new girlfriend or whatever reason. I really don't know, but no, I couldn't do it. But I just definitely not.
So you've been together a couple of years. Was there ever talk about you having more, or was that something that you spoke about, or was it just it happened?
Yeah, we spoke about having one. Yeah, because obviously I always wanted to be a father. always, like I mentioned earlier, I always wanted to have two of my own. I always wanted a little boy and a little girl. So Ollie, my oldest, is there's Harrod, so there's twins and there's Harry. So we've been together a couple of years. So yeah, 2000. It was pretty quick actually thinking about it, because Ollie was born 2010.
Okay.
So I guess in about a year and a half down the line, she fell pregnant. So even though I wanted to change my mind, I couldn't anyway. Do you know what I mean? It was there set in stone. Not that I never once doubted it for sure. Don't get me wrong, but
no.
But
how was that then? Like, talk us through how she told you that you were pregnant.
Yeah. So we was planning for it. Was it? No, it was Teddy for the World Cup to find out, wasn't it? But no, we was planning to find out. Obviously, 7 months before, so 7-8 months before, she told me how it was. And to be honest, I was over the moon. I was really happy for myself. Well, for us both. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, I wanted a little boy to start off with.
Everyone does.
I mean, for the football, don't you? It's as simple as that for football. I can't stress how much football meant for me growing up. Because that's all you had. You had your mates, you had your drink, and you had your football. That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
And I thought, great, this is it. Sorted. Do you know what I mean? So.
And did you find out that you were having a boy, or did you wait?
Oh no, we found out. I'm impatient. I'd like to. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to have everything ready.
I can't. I don't get it. Why people wait? Like I literally, I've got a couple of friends that are having kids now, and they're like, "No, we're just going to wait to find out."
Nah, you've got to get the. Nah, I don't like the neutral colours.
No,
sky blue. It wasn't even sky blue, Mark. It was red. You know what I mean?
Mate, I was exactly the same. So I was like, there is nothing blue in this house. Like, it's impossible.
No, it's red. I mean, my two boys are Ollie and Teddy. Do you know what I mean? We battled a little bit for the name. I'm not going to lie, because once I told her I wanted Ollie because of Solskjaer.
Yeah.
She didn't want it because of the football. But where I felt lucky, the twins, Tommy and Timmy, and Harry, they all ended with a double barrel Y. I thought, you've got to have it now, Jem, look, because, you know what I mean, we'll spell it. She wouldn't let me have the O-L-E, obviously not. Do you know what I mean? But I said, you got to have it. It's a double barrel and the Y on the end of it. Do you know what I mean? So I got my way with calling them Ollie. I got away with that one.
Yeah. So you were the first out of your family to have kids. Is that right?
No, Craig.
Oh, Craig had one first, did he?
Yeah, Craig. See, with me and Craig, there's only a year and a half difference.
Yeah.
So growing up, we clashed a lot because we was about the same age. Do you know what I mean? But listen, we're still tight, really, really good brothers. Do you know what I mean? But he he's a Liverpool fan. God. I say that. No, this is it. I say that because he had a son a year before Ollie, and they named him Ashton Gerrard. His middle name is actually Gerrard. Do you know what I mean? I just can't bring myself to call him. I just call him Ashton. I can't bring myself to do it. So
it's funny. Grantham's a weird town. Everyone's either a Liverpool fan or a United fan. That's just almost like what it's like.
There's a few City and Leeds fans popping up now, believe it or not. Yeah, I wonder why.
Coming out of the woodwork.
Oh, terrible, aren't they? But yeah, so Ollie was my mum's second grandchild.
Okay.
So
because that was going to be my question. How did your mum adapt to being a grandma?
Yeah, she loves it. Absolutely loves it. She's a great grandma. To be fair, she even took to the boys and all. Tommy, Timmy, and Harry. She even looked after them as well. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So she didn't. They got accepted. So, but yeah, okay. It's good.
So, any problems with the birth, or
no?
Plain smoothing?
Plain cesarean it was because she had the twins at a young age. They had to give her a C-section then, and if you fall pregnant again, having a C-section, they tend to let you have the C-section again because of the pressure will open the scar and all the stuff like that. So no, we had a date, we had a time. He was born February the 2nd, 2010 at 2:10. Don't ask me why. I know that, and I can even tell you what song was playing on the radio. It was Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
How much
It
did
was
he
on in
weigh?
the back. He was 7'11".
I've said this on a couple of podcasts, but I'm always amazed by that, because I was always one of those parents who was like, why does everyone remember that? Like, what a weird thing to remember, like what they weigh. But I know exactly.
It's random, and it is the randomest thing. I can't remember what my youngest weighs though, but I can remember the songs in the background. It's strange. I can remember what songs were playing in the background.
What was that day like for you? Because I remember for us, we had to go to the hospital at, I think it was 8 o'clock. We had to get there, and then you're literally just waiting all day.
Yeah, it's. I was about to say. It's a long day. Do you know what I mean? We got there in the morning again. Like I say, we got there at 8 o'clock because it's a planters area. It was meant to be in the morning, but someone else got rushed in for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So that day come along, and it was going and going. I think time we went down to theatre, it was like 1:30. It's a long day. Yeah, I know 8 to 1, but when you sat there doing nothing, it's a long day. It's
5
real
to 5
boring.
we were.
Was it 5 to 5?
We got there at 8, and we were told at 10:30, get ready, you're going in next. We're like, yes. And then no one came. No one came for like 2 hours, and we were like, hello. And it was almost at the point where they were going to say to you, you're going to have to go home, and you might have to come back tomorrow. And we were like, come on, we've been here all day. And then literally the last one, they were like, right, 5 to 5, you're going in.
Yeah, it's fortunate because I was quite squeamish. Do you know what I mean? With this there, I thought, I can't watch this. Do you know what I mean? Someone's getting cut open. I'm going to go react to this. And it's strange because I couldn't take my eyes off it. They said they give her the epidural. And they give her the needle in the back so she's numb. She can't feel nothing. And I just couldn't not watch it. I just see him taking layer by layer away. And like there's a solder, honestly, it's like a solder eye. You can hear the singe. Like, I'm not looking, and I'm asking, can you not feel that? Do you know what I mean? She's like, shut up. I'm like, but they've literally they've pegged your stomach up here. You've got knives going through. Can you not feel that? She's telling me to shut up, and now it's like, wow.
And then, see, that's amazing because when we had it, they obviously do the epidural, put a layer down, and then they say to me, right, you need to sit at Carly's head. So I'm like here on her shoulder, and they put this screen up here.
Yeah, there's a screen, yeah.
But it was like I couldn't see over it or anything. So we literally couldn't see anything that was going on the other side.
Yeah. So where the screen sat like that. My chair was here, so I kept like just popping my head round.
Right, okay. You was looking yourself.
Just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I don't know why, because it's like, wow, it just fascinated me, and I just couldn't not look. It was mad.
Yeah.
So
then coming home with a baby, does that life change at all?
I'm not going to lie to you. For the first couple of years, I didn't have to she breastfed. Yeah. So I didn't have to do no night feeds. Yeah. Your whole outlook's completely different for sure. And you just, the feeling of being a parent, you just, I don't know, you feel above everyone. Not above as in looking down on people, but you feel no one can bring you down. Do you know what I mean? You've got your responsibility now. You've got your meaning. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? No one can take that away from you. So you're kind of higher than, as in mentality wise, you're higher. Do you know what I mean? You're on a high. So, but yeah, I was very fortunate because she breastfed the boys, so I didn't have to do no night feeds. So, in that sense, I got lucky.
Yeah, we bottle fed, so I was up.
yeah. So I was very fortunate on that.
Yeah,
but
sorry, go on.
With her having a cesarean, she was allegedly bedbound for about 3 weeks because obviously you got to wait for your stitch. Yeah, it's supposed to be 6, but you know, she's a mother, mate. She's out and about in 3 weeks. She's a soldier.
Yeah, Carly was the same. She just didn't want to sit in bed. She wanted to get up, get on with it. Can't keep him down.
No, this is it. You only got 2 ways to look at life, haven't you? Either let it beat you or carry on, don't you? So
yeah. So Scott, what's the age gap between the 2 boys? Your boys?
3 years.
3 years.
So the twins to Harry are 3 years.
Yeah.
Then Harry to Ollie is 3 years, and then Ollie to Teddy is 3 years. They're all 3 years apart. So we've got a couple of 18 and 21s in the same year in a few years' time.
So you've because 3 years, 1 to 3 is hard work, isn't it? Like it is.
As soon as they start moving about, do you know what I mean? You kind of, why can't you want them to move about? You want to go play football and you want to do that, but as soon as they start getting about, you're like, just stay still. Please stay still.
Well, I talk about this and I always say, the first few months are the easiest. And what I mean by that is you can just put them down, you put them on your lap, they don't move. Like you say, as soon as they can start running and walking, like going to the restaurant with my lad is a nightmare. Like he wants to jump off everything. He's diving down the stairs head first. He's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, they call it a terrible twos. Let's be honest, it's like 2 till 4, isn't it? At least. There's no terrible twos about it, mate.
Yeah.
They're into anything and everything.
Well, what I was going to say is you've sort of come to the point where you can probably just relax a little bit and then you're back in it again. Was that planned or did it just happen?
We spoke about a second child, but he wasn't planned. So it was a nice surprise to say the least. But with having 4 boys already in the house, we would desperately wanted a girl. Not going to lie. Yes, we've previously got a boy. He's perfect health.
Yeah.
But we're not going to lie. He's next to me now. He is. Ted is. But yeah, we wanted a little girl, but we've got a little boy. So over the moon with that for sure.
Yeah. Again, you were saying you wanted a boy and a girl, I think. So.
Yeah. I don't know why. It's just, I suppose, growing up, everyone just wants a boy and a girl, one of each, don't you? Because you have daddy's little girl and mummy's little boy, don't you? It's kind of the opposite attract sort of thing.
Yeah.
But for sure. So Teddy was born in 2013.
Okay.
We got married in 2012, by the way. So while all this is going on, we got married in between. We got married in 2012.
Yeah.
Still occasionally drinking at the week. Well, I say occasionally, still drinking at the weekends, but not as much. Still eating junk food. Still, in fact, I was running 2 jobs at the time. I was delivering pizzas or Mona Lisa. I've been to Mona Lisa's.
Yeah.
Decent pizzas there, by the way. But I was delivering pizzas then for 3 nights a week. Do you know what I mean? So I was getting pizzas after work. You can't say no, can you? 3 pizzas. Eating 10:30 at night, 1,000 calories or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you don't think about all that. I was just thinking about getting the money for the wedding, and was very fortunate because her dad paid for the venue. Her mum got the honeymoon. My mum got all the cars and the photographer. So we only had to pay for the suits and that. So listen, But so we got married in the July of that year. So Teddy must be conceived about 3 months after that, September time, I'd have thought.
Yeah.
So, but so Teddy was born 2013. He was born on the 2nd of July. Again, planned cesarean. I can't remember his weight, but the song was playing in the background was Naughty Boy. Do you know that Lala song?
Yeah,
that was playing in the background. And come out. So,
I can tell you, honestly, I just remember the day being. But my memory is pretty poor, to be completely honest. But it's weird that you remember that. You remember those details.
It's strange. I can even remember looking. They were both in the afternoon. Teddy was a little bit later. It was about 3:15. Teddy was. I can't remember the precise time of him, but it was about 3:15. But because they come out cesarean, they come out like little baby dolls, like little porcelain dolls. Do you know what I mean? Because they didn't have to be like squashed out or that. So they just come out like little porcelain dolls.
Yeah.
Blessed. Very blessed when they come out.
Yeah.
So
obviously we've touched on your weight a little bit. Because obviously now you're nowhere near what you used to be. In fact, I'm pretty sure you've given all your weight to me.
I'm not so sure about that. But it has flipped a bit, but not that much. Let's be fair.
So look, what prompted that? What made you decide? You know what? I need to change this.
So the twins would have been. I will go back now before my boys were born. The twins. I used to play football. During the week, you used to play 5-a-side, and at the weekend, you used to play 11-a-side. The twins used to come and watch me play football. And at that point, I thought to myself, if I want these to have, because I can only now I think of it, and it's not really dawned on me to now, but now I think of it, my only memory of my real dad was playing football. So I don't know if that's got some sort of, oh, hang on a minute. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do I want to give these the memories of me playing football? So I thought, well, if for me to play football, I need to get in a bit of better shape. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I used to. This is how serious I took parenting. I started a kids football team up at Great Ponton from the age of they were 6 at the time. So I went to Great Ponton and formed my own team under sevens with the twins in it. And then I coached them. I had a great bunch of lads manager, and I coached them right up until under 13, so I have to change my job. But that gave me a focus at the weekends and during the week, because do you know what I mean? But that focus took me away from the drink, the party, and the nonsense, so to speak. Yeah. And then I put all my focus into the football. So, yeah. So the reason I say that is because I stopped playing myself for a little bit while I was doing their football. Then I went back to doing it when I changed my job in when was it? It was in 2014. I must have changed my job. Yeah, I changed job because then I had to work Saturdays, so I couldn't coach the kids' football no more. So I went back to playing Sunday League football. Yeah. So no, we wanted Saturday afternoon online, Saturday afternoons, because I still did the kids' football on Sunday. So still took them football and all that lot. Yeah. But so I started playing football again, and all the boys enjoyed coming. I mean, whether they watched me for 5 minutes, went to the park or whatever, that was relevant. They come out. Do you know what I mean? There's that, and they just see being active is better than the old console, and you know how it is.
Of course.
But so while this was going on, I thought to myself, I'll get fit, play football a little bit longer. So I decided to join the local boxing gym, or one of the local boxing gyms. And I never played football since. The boxing, as a parent and as my life, boxing flipped the whole thing around. It changed my whole outlook. Any doubts that I had about drinking, or any doubts I had about fighting when I was younger, or to that point in time, 2014, as soon as I started boxing, I was not interested in the slightest way, shape, or form. My whole mentality changed. Yeah. It's like, it completely changed my life, 100%.
Because a lot of people say they're going to lose weight, you know, they're going to do this, they're going to change this diet, do that. But you actually did it. I mean, the people that know you will know the transformation that you've been through is, you know, phenomenal. But was it? How did you do it? Like, it can't have been just boxing. You must have had to change the way you slept, you ate, you drank.
At the time, I listened to my coach. Everything he said was gospel. Do you know what I mean? So everything he said, I did. Looking back on that, it maybe wasn't. This is food wise. Yeah. The advice wasn't maybe right at the time, and I probably did lose too much too quick. Because I think I went out just under 19 stone in the January, and my first bout was in the September, and I fought at 11 stone.
Wow.
Bearing in mind, I walked around at about 13. Don't get me wrong, but I got it down to 11 stone. So do you know what I mean? That's like 8 stone I lost in 9 months. Wow. Do you know what I mean? And that's why learning to fight. But it's only the last 2 or 3 years, I'd say, I've done a lot of reading, and I realised at the time, because at the time I started boxing, I was on the bins as well, so I was getting a good 8 hours sleep a night. Do you know what I mean? So, and drinking a lot of water, and it's only just of late I've realised that it was the sleep and the water that actually helped with the progression, and having Gemma and the boys at home understanding, because I did spend a lot of nights at the gym. Yeah. Which, it's good because. Because the kids' football stopped because of the new job. So the oldest twin, the twins. You know what I mean? It's about a minute between them. But the oldest twin, Tommy, he chose to come boxing with me as well. Okay. So he started boxing at the age of 12, and he actually turned out to be pretty good at it. He won the schoolboys and he won a few bouts and stuff. So, But yeah, it's strange.
Was there ever a moment when you first started that journey that you thought, stop this, can't be bothered?
Listen, every single day I doubt myself. There's not a single day where I have to count back from 5 and literally go, right, that's it, I'm doing it. Because I find that if you get past 5, you talk yourself out of it. Do you know what I mean? You like, doubt comes into play, then you start, you talk yourself out of it. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
Yeah.
I think at the time it all happened, I could only see what could go right. Do you know what I mean? I had my goal. I wanted to fight and I wanted to win. I can only see me winning. So I didn't think of the doubts. I only had, I'm going to win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't let myself talk myself out of it. It's like people say, were you motivated? Not at first, no. I'm chucking 19 stone of weight about. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't motivated. I ate. You get home, you have your dinner, you have your tea, and then you sit down, or you sit on the stairs, put your shoes on, ready to go out the door, and you've literally got 5 seconds to make a choice. You either tie your shoes on and walk through the door, or you put your shoes when you go back. Yeah. And every day I battled with myself, and I made the choice to go out the door, for sure. But
did it ever fluctuate, or was it a straight down?
What my first
weight? Yeah, because I know a lot of people will lose weight, put some back on, lose weight.
So from 2014, I lost weight every single week right up until my fight. Every single week I dropped. I think right at the beginning I dropped like £10 in a week because obviously a lot of water. It's not weight loss; it's water retention, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And every week I dropped weight, but I was on minimal calories. Do you know what I mean? So then after my first fight, you relax a little bit. My weight went up. I probably went up to about 12 stone, which my body was comfortable with.
Yeah.
Again, I'll cut down, get down to weight. Because what people don't, if you don't know boxing, people don't know you can't walk around at your fight weight. It's near on impossible. You've got to be pinpoint perfect. It's like you see all these models on Instagram. People need to educate in, knowing that they've starved themselves for 3 months just for an hour's worth of shooting. Do you know what I mean? I think it's important that we don't tell people enough that they've gave up 8 weeks of their life just for an hour. Do you know what I mean? But so
it was what's his name? Hugh Jackman talks about that. He talks about the pain he had to go through for that, like a 30-second clip on Wolverine. He said it was just horrendous, just for that one look, one shot. And I talk about this a lot.
That, did they?
No, and I talk about this a lot about social media and how nothing's real. So when people are trying to beat themselves up about not looking like this person or not doing what this person does, this person probably spends all the money on the credit cards to live like they are. Yeah. These people put 1,000,001. I put loads of filters on myself, so I'm guilty of it. But people will look at that and go, well, that's perfection, or that's. But it doesn't. It's not real. It doesn't exist.
But 10 years ago, would you have said that? You don't do. You're looking at material things here. This is why I think it's important. I explain to my kids every single time. It's important that, listen, this is a lot of sacrifice. In fact, I don't even let my younger ones on social media. But my 3 youngest ones ain't got social media. The boys are old enough now. I can't stop them. But they're slaves to the phone at the minute. And it's as a parent, it's concerning. It's a sad place, because I think we touched on it earlier with the lads, because we've got all lads. So I use a twins example. You'd think they'd be identical in feelings and that lot, but Timmy, he will talk to you. He will tell you if he's got an issue and he's struggling. But Tommy's a man's man. Do you know what I mean? If he's got an issue, you can tell he's got an issue, but he will not open up about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And for them to go on to social media, then they see whatever's bugging them or whatever. It's not good. It's not good at all. And I can't stress that enough.
And the way these social media companies work, where their algorithms just throw everything at you that they want you to, and if you're reacting to something negative, they will throw loads more things negative at you as well.
Yeah. It's like I limit myself to 15 minutes down. So I've set it all up on my phone. Yeah. When you have 15 minutes on certain apps, it will switch off. So I limit myself to that on social media. And because I don't go on the social media now, they're chucking notifications there. So and so's updated the status. So and so's put a picture on. But I'm not interested. Do you know what I mean? They're just trying to get everything. It's like it all kind of dawned more on me. I knew about it, but it made sense more when I watched that Social Dilemma on Netflix. Are you seen that?
I've heard a lot of people talking about it, but I haven't actually watched it.
Yeah, if you get a spare hour, watch it. It's interesting.
Yeah,
You kind of it's showing you how they entice you back in and what they do with it. And the interesting thing I found about it is the people that have done it all, their kids ain't got them. Their kids has not got social media. They won't let them on it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And if they're not letting their kids on social media, it says it all, doesn't it? But it's a scary place to be growing up in the minute.
Yeah.
Where we, yes, albeit we drank in their older years and all that lot, but our generation of kids can't go out and enjoy this. Not so much a drinker, but they can't go out and enjoy themselves no more because of today's society.
Yeah.
And because of the way it is, it's kind of daunting.
Yeah, I think even as young kids, like what, 10, well, maybe even younger than that, it's like 7 to 14, 15, you'd be out playing with 30, 40 kids that you'd just meet.
We were fortunate because we had the big field at the back, didn't we? We were playing Kirby or Tracker or something. Do you know what I mean? You're always doing something.
I remember we used to go and play football against other estates or other areas of town, and that's just what you did as a kid. But nowadays, people don't let the kids out.
No, they don't. Because I don't know what it's for. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. I suppose it's thuggish mentality, but then I say that's the mentality I had as a kid. So,
but see, this is the thing: is it any different than it used to be, or do more people know about it because it's all over social media? Yeah,
it's published more. Yeah, definitely. But where back when we were youths, we had a fight. We chucked your kicking that in, but now it's stabbing, and it's slashing, it's stabbing, it's weapons. It's kind of, I don't know. It's like the stripes and something. It's not trying to get stripes. Do you know what I mean? It's not good. But so touching on that and social media, going back to the gym. So I trained fluctuated between fights. I had 13 fights, I think. Lost 2, drawn 1, stopped 6, and won the rest. But listen, I had loads of fun at the gym. I enjoyed it, and it really changed my life around. And it gave me a different perspective of life. Yeah. I was very fortunate in the sense that 2 years ago I got gifted the gym because my old coach Russ, he lost his mum, bless him, and he got real bad anxiety, kept having anxiety attacks. So he just couldn't deal with it no more, so he gave us the gym. So now I'm using the gym as a platform. Myself and Dave Miller are using the gym as a platform to give these kids an option. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. To bring them off and kind of show them that you can come from the Earthfield estate. Yeah. You can be a lovable rogue, so to speak, a lovable rogue. Yeah. You can turn the corner, and the only person that can do it is yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't rely on other people. You've got to look at a situation. If I've got to give advice to any of these kids, you've got to look at a situation, and you've literally got 5 seconds to make a choice. And you've just got to follow your gut feeling and make the right choice. Yeah. Don't think no more than 5. Just do it in 5, and then just move on.
Comes back to your description of sitting on the stairs, putting your shoes on, counting to 5, and making that decision to go and do it.
Instead of thinking of all the things that can go wrong, think of the things that can go right. Put a positive flip on the side of it. Yeah. So, but with me having the gym, all my boys train down the gym with me now. Do you know what I mean? I'll take them down on weekends or whatever. Not to box specifically, but just obviously football, big part of my life. My oldest Ollie, he plays in goals. He's only short, but he plays in goals for Peterborough Foxes. In the they're a good little setup. No, he's not at Forest anymore. But my youngest Teddy, he's into everything. You're like kickboxing, boxing, bit of karate, football. Do you know what Do you know what I mean? So
it's all that discipline, isn't it? And that's what the kids need. It's just having that discipline in their life.
And it's not just that. It's any sport, whatever sport it is. I highly recommend you get a kid into sport because it's an hour of their life where they ain't got schoolwork, they ain't got no worries, they've got nothing. All they've got is an hour on a football field or in a boxing gym or wherever it may be. Of yourself when you go to watch a football game, you've got that hour and a half of nothing. Is it? It's just people are like, how can you get bothered about football that much? Because I've got nothing else to worry about for an hour and a half. Do you know what I mean? Just whether he's going to fall over or not. But it's just that release from the world, isn't it?
Yeah. So how many kids do you have down at the amateur boxing club? So
we do 3 classes. We do an 8 to 10-year-old, and that's on a Tuesday and Friday. At the minute, we're restricted to numbers because of social distancing and all that lot. So we have 12 in a class, but that every class is booked, fully booked every time. Do you know what I mean? We've got waiting lists. But I'd say from 8 to 10-year-olds, we've probably got 25 kids signed on. 11 to 14-year-olds, maybe 15 to 20, and then we have a 15 and above. So we even get adults, my age, older blokes that come down, and again, that's their hour of
get away from it,
forgetting everything. Yeah. So it's not just a gym; it's a big family. Do you know what I mean? I've took that mentality of when I was younger with my so-called gang, I suppose you can call it a gang. I've took that mentality and put it in. Yeah, the Earthsea crew, but I've took that mentality and I've put that into the gym. Yeah. So it don't matter what background you're from, what race you are. Do you know what I mean? Whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a police officer, whether you're a drug dealer. Obviously, I don't recommend doing drugs in that line. I steer away from that. Sure, let me just chuck that out there.
Just put that in there, yeah.
But it doesn't matter where you're from in life. When you're in that gym, your ego's left at the door. Yeah. If your ego walks in, you're out. It's as simple as that. We're not there for any of that. And
can people come down there for fitness? No, if they don't want to fight, they don't want to get into a
we've got a fair few. We've got a fair few people coming down for keep fit. Like I say, the older blokes. We've got some blokes in the 40s and 50s. They come down and love it. Like I say, but these are fit blokes. Do you know what I mean? They're there eating the bugs now. They don't look fit, but they're fit blokes. Do you know what I mean? And they enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's it's good, but none of that would have happened if I didn't have the influence of the kids.
Yeah.
So I'll go right back to when I got a Gemma in 2008. If I didn't meet Gemma and I didn't take the responsibility on of having the children, the twins and Harry, God knows where I would have been. Do you know what I mean? I could have. Well, yourself, there's a few people doing long stretches and do you know what I mean? Life could have been completely different for me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I took responsibility on, and yes, I may have changed their life, but the truth of the story is they changed my life. Yeah. And I know it's cliche. I know people say it all the time, but it is the truth.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They turned me into a man, so to speak.
Yeah.
He keeps popping his head in.
So, hopes for the future, Scott? Any more kids? Do you think?
No, we can't have no more kids.
Okay.
Gemma, because there's autism, she got tied, so we can't have no more kids. If it happens, it's a blessing in disguise. But the tubes are tied.
Yeah.
So
it's done.
Dusted. Yeah.
And what are your hopes for the boxing?
Obviously, every gym wants a champion for sure, but as long as I can take, I say one kid. It's not just one kid because I want to have as many kids as possible. But if I can take some kids from an estate or a background where they think they're lost and they can't go no more, just change it up and just give them a little bit of hope. Because that's all we've got in life, and hope. If you don't see the positives, you're not going nowhere, are you?
No.
So you just try and be a positive influence on them. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah, well, like I say, I think what you're doing there, because obviously you're giving up a lot of time for your own family by going down there. So what you're doing there is...
Unfortunately, the boys come down and help.
Yeah,
they come down and help, and they're part of the gym as well. So unfortunately, in that sense, they help.
Yeah. But no, look, what you're doing for other kids is brilliant, mate. So keep up the good work there. And, if like you say, if you can make It's not even about making a champion, is it? It's just maybe changing
no,
someone off that path where they were going down the wrong path, and you can just maybe guide them and change their life that way.
No, 100%. We've got the ball rolling into opening a charity to throw money at these projects, to give them hope, to give them, because there's nothing for them to do anymore, is there? So we're looking at it's called Dream, Believe, Achieve. It's just to give these kids just a different narrative in life.
Yeah,
you don't necessarily have to be a world beater, but just give them focus on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But you never know. We'll see.
Yeah. Are you done with boxing? Are you done fighting yourself, or do you think you'll have some more?
I'm battling my own demons at the minute, because you can compete up until the age of 40, and I'll turn 35 this year. I was hoping to get another bout out, but with everything going on, I think I'm going to have another bout, to be honest with you, because if I don't, I can't put it to rest, if that makes sense. Because I don't want to hit an age where I can't physically do it and then regret not doing it.
Yeah.
But we'll see how the weight goes.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, I'm short, I'm quite stocky, so I'm quite heavy. At my weight, I'm fighting 6 foot guys. Do you know what I mean? 5'8".
I started that. Well, I started judo, and obviously I'm quite a big lad, but I'm only 5'10", so I'm not the tallest of guys. So then when you go into competition, you're fighting against guys like 6'6", and it's like
that's my biggest battle.
Yeah,
that's my biggest battle. But I'd like to think I will compete again. Yeah, for sure. Good. Just to lay it to rest. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, obviously I used to play football when I was younger, and
he's good at it and all.
I was not a bad player. Well, I have a couple of leg breaks, which sort of ended it for me, and I haven't really played since properly until 26. I haven't played. No, I'm 30. I'm 36 in 2 weeks, so I haven't properly played in about 10 years. And then this year, just before the lockdown, I qualified for vets, so play for in the vets league. So I've started.
Do you not think how's that happened? How have I qualified for vets? You not think how on earth that happened?
Mate, the worst thing is the quality of the football is just not the best. And then you think it's not that bad, but you're playing on the worst pitches ever. And in your head, you still think you're the 21-year-old that's playing at Peterborough or wherever, and my body's telling me completely different. It's horrible.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest fear about not so much that I ain't fit enough or strong enough by any stretch of imagination, but when you come up against an 18, 20-year-old that's like physically in the peak, it's like
no one wants to get beaten up by a kid, do they?
No, and let's be fair, there's some good kids out there, aren't there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of go there, get it handed to me. I think, that's enough. I'm done.
Well, it's like that. Do you pay much attention to the likes of Jake Paul?
I've seen it, YouTubers. I've seen it, and
he's fighting he's fighting Ben Askren, isn't he? Have you seen that coming up fight?
Yeah, I've seen it coming up. To be fair, I think it's a disgrace.
Yeah,
not for the fact that he's doing it. Fair play, he's doing it, but you got kids out there that are trained for a long, long time. They gave up 10 years and they can't get the break. Do you know what I mean? So listen, he's making money for himself. He's doing what he's got to do, and fair play to him. But I just think, do you know what I mean? All you YouTubers out there, don't think it's a game you can go and fight for millions of pounds, because boxing in a game, people get hurt. Do you know what I mean? It's fair play to him.
I say that. I mean, I can't stand him. I think he's a bit of an idiot. But I always say fair play. I wish I was a pound behind him. Do you know what I mean? He's making his money. So fair play to him on that. But my issue with him is the way he talks about boxing and how he talks like he's Floyd Mayweather and he's never had a proper boxing match. I know he's had a proper official fight, but he fought someone who's never had a fight.
It's not. It's probably done a year or two of boxing. When you get lads from the age of 10 fighting up to God knows what time. They've spent their whole life to it. But listen, I'm not going to hate on him for he's done well. Fair play to him. But I blame Floyd Mayweather for all this when he fought McGregor.
Conor.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, everyone wanted to watch it. For sure, I watched it myself, but that opened the door for it all, didn't it?
Yeah.
So, but listen, fair play to him.
No.
So,
Well, listen, Scott, mate, it's been good talking to you. Like I say, I hope wish you all the best for the future, mate. And when I'm back in town sometime, when we can grab a pint, we'll have to do it.
Hopefully, we're battling out for top spot and all. Watch a good game. So,
all right, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Take care.
See you later, mate. Bye-bye.
Cheers.